Hello everyone. Today we're going to be continuing with our new unit, which is on representing equations on a graph. So we learned about plotting points and finding the slope of a line in our last class. That'll help us with interpreting graphs, and we'll do some more real-world examples once I'm back in class. Today we're just going to get some more of the fundamentals down. So the main goal for this class is to learn what an x and y intercept is. And then I've got a worksheet that's attached to this assignment. I want you to do that and then return it before our next class. So I think there's already one from our last video lesson. So if you haven't turned that in, make sure you turn that in. That'll be for a grade in Aries. Anyway, let's see. Our goal for today is to learn about how you plot line if you're given the x-intercept and y-intercept. First of all, what do these words mean? And then how does it correspond to a graph? You'll do some practice with that, and then you'll do some work on the slope, and that'll be your assignment for today. Okay, so whenever you've got a set of axes, these are called axes. This is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. You can plot like information in 2D space. So any point that you put down gives you a number for x and a number for y. And that's valuable for when you're dealing with multiple variables in the future. And it's valuable for representing data all over the place. So you'll see graphs the rest of your life, and being able to interpret a graph and see what it means is a really, really important skill. Anyway, the stuff we're learning today is something called an x-intercept and y-intercept. The x-intercept is the point at which a line goes through the x-axis. So this is our x-axis. It's a point where a line goes through it. And then for the y-intercept, that's the point where our line goes through our y-axis. So I'm going to plot a line just like we saw the lines on the slope exercise. And there will be one point at which it goes through the x-axis and one point that goes through the y-axis. What this is telling me is I have to draw a line where it goes through the x-axis at -4 and the y-axis at 2. Okay? So I know that it's going to hit this point right here, because that's -4 in the x-axis. And I know that it's going to hit this point here, because that's 2 on the y-axis. And I need a line that goes through both of those points. We're going to be dealing with linear equations, so it's got to be a straight line. It can't be curved. So the only line that can do that is that line right there. That's all I need you to do for numbers 1 through 12. Okay? So recognize which one's the y-intercept. Put that on the y-axis. Figure out which one's the x-intercept. Put that one on the x-axis. Once you've got those 2 points, draw a straight line that connects those two. The straight line should extend beyond both of the points in either direction. Okay, so it doesn't stop at those 2 points. All right, pretty straightforward. This is number 3 on the worksheet. This was number 1 on the worksheet. My printer's not working, so I had to draw them out. X-intercept is 1. Again, this is my x-intercept, or my x-axis, so my line will cross this axis at point 1. Y-intercept is 3. So this is my y-axis. The line will cross it right there. All right. The only line that does that is this one right here. Okay. So that's all of the new information today. The rest of the assignment was like you should be able to get through numbers 1 through 12 pretty quick. Then you're just gonna be working on slope. It should be a pretty quick assignment. If again, just as a review for slope is rise over run. So my rise for this, again, you always start with the left point, you go to the right point. Okay, if you're going uphill while you're moving this direction, it's a positive slope. If you're moving downhill, it's going to be negative slope. So this will be a positive slope. This one's going to be a negative slope. Okay, so rise over run, my rise is 2 here. So it would equal 2 because I go up 2, 1, 2. And my run is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 over 4. Okay, and I know how to simplify fractions now because we've done that in class. So 2 over 4 is the same as 1/2. So that would be my slope for this one. For this one, my rise is 1, 2, 3. It's going down 3, so I'd say that that's a -3. So slope equals -3. That's my rise. And then my run is 1 over 1. Now, how do I simplify that fraction? That's already in its simplest form. So you can leave it as negative 3 over 1, or if you wanted to, you could just say negative 3. Either one of those is fine. Okay, that should be all you need to go through the assignment today. Good luck, and I will see you on Wednesday.